All right, so many, many years ago, early days of Alley Cat Tattoo, we were walking down the street, and it was myself, Andrew Connor, Dallas Brewer, and somebody else in the building. Our shop guy Chris was there. Porter might have been there. This girl Jen Sigfrid. I don't know. I don't know. It was definitely me, Andy, and Dallas for sure, and then the shop guy Chris. And it's kind of late at the time. I think we probably stayed up until 11, 10 or 11, something like that. This couple comes in, right? And the lady is just kind of dressed like a regular, like I think they had West Virginia plates on this. They had this tiny BMW, like two-door, like soft top or whatever. And the dude had on snakeskin boots, slacks that were kind of pleated at the top. Kind of like Jean-Claude Van Damme. You ever see that fucking video of Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing? Kind of looked like that. He didn't look like that dude, but the same slacks. And then a wife beater. And he had on a ponytail and a cowboy hat, right? And he comes in, he's looking around the room and at the tattoo stuff or whatever, and he has white pride tattooed down the backs of his arms. And we ain't with that shit, so. Who the? Oh, it's all good. Timely hat. And so he had white pride tattooed down the back of his arms, and we ain't with that shit. So he asked, he had just gotten out of the joint. I don't know how much time he did, but he had just gotten out, and the lettering was fucked up, and he wanted it fixed. And Andrew told him no, and our shop guy told him that he didn't think anybody would do it. And then he came up to me, and he's like, "Yo, man, I want to get this done. Ain't nobody got the stones to do it?" And I was like, "Well, it's not about having the stones to do it. It's just not what we do. That's not our thing." I said, "But you can ask Dallas," which I shouldn't have done, but I'm glad I did anyway. So he goes over to Dallas, and he says, "Hey, I want to get these cleaned up and reworked." And Dallas is like, "Nah, man, we don't do anything like that." He goes, "What's the problem?" And Dallas is like, "We just don't do anything that might be considered negative. We're not promoting any shit like that." And the guy says, "I guess you guys are just too pussy." And Dallas is like, nah. Hey, man, ain't nothing about being no pussy. It's just that's not what we do. Whoever did it, have them fix it or whatever. Go get it somewhere else. You want to get a tattoo, we'll do something on the walls. And the guy was like, "Yeah, I guess everybody's just a little too pussy." He kind of looked over at me and he says, "Yeah, this guy's too pussy to do my tattoo." And, I could see Dallas kind of adjusting to the fact that he didn't want to fucking deal with this dude. So he kind of takes his hat off and kind of adjusts his hat and puts it back on. He goes, "Hey, man, no more of that pussy talk. It's enough. We're not doing your tattoo. Is there anything else we can help you with?" And the guy was like, "You can help me. You can help me right outside in the parking lot." And I was like, "Oh, shit, it's about to go down." And this was 20 plus years ago. We're all young and ready. And I'll never forget, we're walking out the door. Andrew had walked up to the door, and Andrew never, ever says shit like this. He goes, to the girl that was with the fella, he goes, "Your man's about to get his ass whipped." And we kind of had a laugh out. We walked outside, and Dallas was like, "Hey, man, now that we're outside, I just want to give you the opportunity. Just go ahead and get in your car and leave, man. I'm not coming out here to fight you. I don't want any problems with you. Come back some other time. Maybe we can tattoo something else on you." And the guy was like, "Just like I said before, you must be too pussy to handle it." And Dallas is like, "Yo, man, I ain't too pussy for nothing." And I could see Dallas's face kind of started to change. And that feeling when your adrenaline starts pumping, you kind of, my man was turning ghost white. His lips were fucking getting pale. And the fellow was like, "Hey, man, I'm right here. He said it like this. He goes, "I'm on your turf calling you a pussy. What you gonna do about it?" And before he could get to what you want to do about it, he was fucking laid out on the hood of Tyrone's 300Z that was parked right out front. My man Tyrone, there was a barber who was next door. And he's watching all this shit through the window. So the dude he's out on the front of the Z. And I'm like, "Oh, shit." So I tell the shop guy, because that dude's girl immediately gets on the phone. So I tell the shop guy, "Yo, go ahead and call the cops because she's calling them now anyway." And, we just kind of gave him space or whatever. But they didn't leave. I guess she wanted the cops to whatever. So the cops show up and they kind of separate us. And I'm like, "Yo," he was in the shop talking trash. I was like, "Yo, it's not like we come to work hoping to whip a customer's ass. It's just, the guy he was relentless with this shit talk." And so we're, trying to and Tyrone comes outside. Tyrone's like, "Yo, man, why'd that guy push Dallas? What's that all about?" And I was like, yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it?" So then I kind of like slide down because we're right in front of the door of Alley Cat. And then on the corner of the building is a different police officer talking to the fellow who got knocked out. And I kind of like slide down there a little bit, and I'll never forget it. That dude was like, hey, Mr. Officer, and he's like adjusting his cowboy hat and shit. He goes, well, before we go any deeper into the story, see that fellow over there with the red hat on? Yeah, that guy, definitely not a pussy. I'll tell you that right now. and and we got a big laugh out of that. And of course, the cops, they knew we weren't trying to start any trouble. The fella got barred from the property, which wasn't our intent, but I guess that's what the police decided to do. They went on their way. Never saw him again for the rest of my life. But yeah, man, that was just just another night alley cat tattoo back in the like 03 maybe 02, 03, back in that era.